2. Hello, Movie Monday on Tuesday. We
Yes.
fell a little bit behind.
Yes.
Okay, I've never seen this movie.
Forest Green has never seen.
There you go. Yes, Forest Green has never seen. Saw the first 2 movies.
Yep.
Saw the TV show, obviously. I am a fan of this
Big fan.
actor and the character. It's Pee-wee. We watched the last Pee-wee movie. We watched Pee-wee's Big Vacation, Big Holiday, First Holiday,
Pee-wee's...
Mr. Bean's Holiday, whatever this one. We watched this one. This was yeah, that is our picture we have on a wall.
Because we didn't have a DVD cover, so
I don't even know if this is on DVD. I don't
think so. I think it's just Netflix.
But this one is supposed to be Pee-wee's big comeback, and it was 5 years ago. It's a road trip movie. It feels like Pee-wee already did a road trip movie, but this is a road trip movie, and for what was supposed to be a comeback, it doesn't live up to the hype. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It's some of the stuff is Pee-wee, and you just go, "That's Pee-wee."
That's
okay,
Pee-wee.
cool. But a lot of the jokes they just use over and over, and it was like it really wasn't funny the first time. And then the balloon scene
and the scream.
That was the joke they used over and over again. The balloon scene, which should have been 10 seconds, ended up being over 2 minutes long. And it just, I when you hear about there was going to be a Pee-wee movie where he brings the Playhouse to Hollywood, and Pee-wee gets a big head and he becomes more materialistic, and it just becomes a little darker, and you go, wow, that would have been a good movie, because they got to bring Pee-wee back to being Pee-wee, and you hear all these other ideas that they had for Pee-wee. There was one time Paul Reubens felt he was getting too old to be Pee-wee, so he wanted Johnny Depp to be Pee-wee, and he wanted Tim Burton to direct it, and neither one of them actually got back to him. Yeah, I mean, if he can do Willy Wonka, he could do Pee-wee.
I would have been down with that.
It would have been interesting, especially if if it would have been that darker movie, or even it was just like telling Pee-wee's life story in a dark way. This falls short. It doesn't for Paul Reubens. Reubens. It's one of those. I know it is. But it falls short because it feels more like a TV movie, I think.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of things they could have done without.
It's a road trip, so I don't mean to interrupt you, but you get a scene, not a scene, like a premise here, then it switches to here, and then it switches to here, and then it switches to here, and then it switches to here.
I like how they had the nod to his Rube Goldberg wake up machine.
His wake up machine.
Breakfast.
Only now he's got the whole town involved.
He's got the whole town involved. Oh, that was a bit much.
This one, every Pee-wee movie, including like the Playhouse, they're their own little universes.
Yeah.
They don't connect. And in this one, the town he's in, it's called Fairville. I'm assuming in California. It's like it's stuck in the 50s.
Yes. I like that.
I don't mind that because of the cars.
The cars
the
were
little
really
old-fashioned
cool.
diners.
Yeah.
Like, even the town itself is just very old-fashioned, and he fits in perfectly.
Could you live in a town like that?
Oh, absolutely I could. They would hate me, though. But
you'd be the neighborhood grump.
The premise is Joe Deathstroke from Justice League. I cannot pronounce your last name. I am sorry. I don't want to mispronounce it and then get hate comments and hate mail and all that stuff. But it's Deathstroke from Justice League. It's Flash Thompson from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He was in Magic Mike. He was in True Blood. He's in a lot of stuff. All 6'5" of them. He's been in a lot of stuff. And when he's standing next to Paul Rubin, who's 5'9" like me.
He's so tiny.
But the premise is he comes to this small town, and he's the coolest thing Pee-wee has ever seen.
And Pee-wee is feeling a little screwed over at this point because his band broke up. He's
having a bad day, an all-around bad day.
Yeah.
And so this guy comes to town, Joe. Fill in edit here. Yes. And he makes a quick friendship with Pee-wee, like really quick. Like they have
So
a
much in
lot of
common.
everything in common, to where Pee-wee then takes him around the town. And by the town, I mean it's a model of the town. Pee-wee just goes to the model of the town and goes, hey, this is where everything is. And Joe's playing himself. Pee-wee doesn't know who he is. Joe likes that. So Pee-wee tells a story that he's never been outside the town. He went on a trip as a kid and there was a big accident, and basically all of Pee-wee's head is a giant metal plate. So Joe gives Pee-wee an invitation to his birthday party in New York City. It's 5 days away. Come to my birthday party. 5 days.
Don't fly,
don't
drive.
fly. Don't fly. Yeah, fly. I thought I said fry there. Ugh. It's late. We're sorry. Don't fly. Hit the road. Live. Just see what's out there. Pee-wee does this. Gets out of his town. Hits the first town. Immediately gets hijacked by 3 female bank robbers. One of them, who is named Pee-wee. One of them is named Freckles, and the third is...
I can't remember.
Insert name here. They come back later, and then they come back later. I'm just going to say that now. They leave him at a motel, tied up, and steal his car. And his car was this little small thing.
Also,
so...
the stripper part was just completely... They didn't need that.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, it was 3 male strippers in their room, too.
Dressed like cops.
But he, in the motel parking lot, meets a novelty salesman, so he hitches a ride with the novelty salesman. They end up at a snake farm. Pee-wee's afraid of snakes. That's actually a play on... Was it Big Adventures where he had all the snakes?
Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and
Yes.
he went into the burning pet shop,
Yes.
and he just had all these snakes, and then he just passes out.
Yes. And at this snake farm, everything's a joke. Like, there's a little box that say, oh,
Baby rattlers.
Baby rattles. Baby rattlers are the most dangerous thing. And when you look in the box, it's baby rattles. It says water moccasins. It's moccasins to shoe in
floating
water.
in water.
The people running the place go, okay, we'll show them the monster. And this is one of them jokes that as soon as they said it, I said, this is going to take too long. Which is, oh, you got to sign a waiver. You already know what it is. Instead of actually signing a waiver, initial, sign. You're there for 2 minutes. Initial. And
even at one point, Paul Rubens is like...
Yeah, even he was looking at the person, and I don't know if he looked at the camera, but I know he looked at the person. But they go into the room, and it's an animatronic snake that pops out at you. But behind you is a giant snake. And I don't mean like Anaconda or Python. No, I mean like 1950s sci-fi movie, Too Much Radiation snake. And he lets out this...
scream, and it sounds like...
5-year-old little girl scream.
Ah!
That goes for minutes.
Too long. He gets
to the
on a
point
bus.
where they kick him off the bus because he's still screaming.
Yeah.
And he's still screaming when he gets kicked off the bus.
Yeah.
And then he meets Farmer Brown. Now, if memory serves, Farmer Brown was Motel Hell. Oh, was that Farmer Fred? No, that was Farmer Fred. I'm sorry.
That whole
but
part
this farmer, it's not needed. This farmer's got
9
a daughter,
daughters, 9.
and then he has 8 more daughters, and every daughter is bringing a different food to the table and introducing himself with their characteristics, and even people goes, wow, just 9. I think Paul was in on the joke, and even he just went, this is kind of stupid and too much, but hey, Pee-wee would, be sarcastic, so let's just roll with it. And each one of these daughters are trying to, have sex with him. But Pee-wee's heart is just for Joe. This movie is their friendship gets a little erotic, especially because Pee-wee dreams about him all the time. Not only dreams about him
every time he goes to sleep.
They're, blowing birthday candles out very close together. In one dream or 2 dreams, he's wearing Pee-wee's outfit too, and they're matching while riding horses. The end of the movie, they are touching foreheads while drinking candy. Like, it is very, very erotic. And now I see what people mean, because I read up a little bit on it, and I was like, it can't be like that. It's Pee-wee.
I told you!
But it is like that. And what makes it creepy is Paul Rubin, and I'm sorry, Paul, if you see this, he's pushing 70 years old. He's 68 years old. But throughout this movie, they are still referring to him as
a little boy.
A little boy.
Because he's got
So
the
it's-
mentality of a little.
It's a
I get it, but
6'5" Joe Flash Thompson. Seriously, go watch the scene from Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man, the fight in the school hallway where he's throwing punches and Peter just sees everything in slow motion. That's him, 6'5" him, and then you have 70-year-old Paul Rubin being called a little boy. It gets a little creepy.
But I did warn you about this.
You did,
I did.
but I thought it's Pee-wee.
But
I've seen his stage show. I know it gets a little sexual.
But also
and-
too, like the
That was my pants, I promise.
Playhouse, there was a lot of innuendo
Innuendos, yeah.
in that, a lot that I caught later.
There's also how many women, aside from these farmers' daughters, are hitting on Pee-wee?
The librarian.
The librarian, the other Pee-wee, and I think there was a third woman somewhere because...
Yeah, but like you saw, there was something between him and Pee-wee, though.
Yeah, so it's a shotgun wedding, even though he never did anything with any of these women. He doesn't even know their names. He just goes, "Oh, geez, Louise," and the farmer says, "Oh, you picked Louise," and it's a shotgun wedding. He disguises himself out of there, goes to... What was next? Was it the hair people?
Yeah, they picked him up.
And this is the one I actually had to get up and do a lap around the room for. Because it's these four hairdressers, I'm sorry, and they're going to a hairdressing competition, but each one of their hairs is a part of the United States. So when they turn around and put all their hairdos together, it's the entire
United
States, and it lights up the capitals of each state.
I thought that was pretty cool.
This is where I went, this is kind of going too far even for Pee-wee. And then when they park and he gets off the bus, his haircut's in the shape of a helicopter.
Which actually works.
Which works. And that is where he meets our next person to get him there. She has a flying car.
But who did I tell you she was?
She's that person from the other Pee-wee movie, the waitress.
The waitress
Yes.
whose big burly boyfriend chases him.
Yes. Here's...
a movie fact that I knew that you didn't know.
I don't have a problem with this character. I don't have a problem with the premise of a flying car. It's Pee-wee. The stage show, he wished to fly and he could fly. But the flying car isn't even a minute.
No.
It flies, engine trouble, and then crashes.
And then he gets an umbrella.
She's gone till the end. The car's gone. He hits a river, gets put over a waterfall because there's always a waterfall. And then
Gets found by a mountain
man picks him up, takes him to the cave, and you think the mountain man's going to kill him or something else. Here he just has a stage show of how his father never loved him.
Yeah, I think
don't
walked
remember
away
them
at that
showing
point.
Pee-wee running out of the cave. I just know that scene ended too, and it moved on to the next part. Now, I don't remember what the next part was. Was it the Amish?
Yeah.
Yes, he ran away doing the scream
Oh,
again.
yeah. And the Amish guys found him.
And
then...
the Amish guys found him, and because they're Amish, they gave him a ride. And that is what brings us to the balloon thing. He asked the Amish what they do for fun, and they say, "Oh, we're always working," which is a lie. Amish people are known for having parties. They're known for celebrating. Well, it's the Pennsylvania Amish. I don't know about the rest of them. But they ask him, "What is this fu-un?" Because now they can't speak English. So he takes a balloon out of his pocket, blows it all the way up, and just does...
And then they make it fart.
for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then all the Amish kids have balloons and are doing that. And then he runs into the 3 bank robbers again who are pretending to be Amish women. They agree.
With makeup on.
With makeup on, but they're wearing the Amish outfits. But they agree to take Pee-wee to New York if Pee-wee just shuts the hell up. And they leave, 2 bags of money for the Amish, saying, "Hey, sorry we stole your
Dear
horse and buggy.
Amish.
Here's fleet of horse and buggies. So they go to New York. He's finally in New York. As soon as he steps away from these three women, they get arrested.
And he just walks off like nothing.
Then we have a musical number where nothing rhymes.
Yeah, that was kind of unnecessary, I felt.
I don't know how you can have a song where nothing rhymes. But nothing rhymed. And not only that, you could tell this was 2016 and not present day. When he goes to UN and tries to rhyme everything there, every person that he brings up from a different country or continent or whatever is dressed in their stereotypical clothing from that country, continent, whatever. And it's just like, wow, this was made 5 years ago because a lot of shit has changed in 5 years.
Yes.
But it's Pee-wee, and I want to go, come on, Pee-wee, just come on. And it was cool seeing him in Grand Central Station dancing around.
That was cool.
It's cool seeing him in front of the Golden... Is it the Golden... No, not the Golden Gate Bridge.
No, whatever.
That bridge that connects New York to New Jersey, and we're right there, and the name escapes me at the moment.
I know where you're talking about.
Wow. It's cool seeing him there. It's cool seeing him in front of...
the iconic places.
Yeah, because it's Pee-wee. But it's to a song that doesn't rhyme, and then even the backup singers and dancers are just like throwing out words, and it's like, what happened here? And he makes it to Joe's party, and he's in Central Park, and apparently someone left off a manhole cover to a well, and he falls straight down, and he's stuck there.
Yep. And Joe is so upset that he doesn't want to come out of his room.
Yeah, this
bromance.
This is a bromance to the next level. Because he has all these famous people in his penthouse apartment. Like, it's packed. There's, like, candy fountains and, like
all this
sushi
Oreo
stuff and
salad.
all these people, champagne, and you hear Elton John's there. You hear all these other people who are there. He doesn't want to come out of his bedroom because Pee-wee's not there.
Yep.
Because Pee-wee said he would be there, and he knows Pee-wee in the hours they've met, and Pee-wee would be there because he's that kind of person. Like I said, the romance, the bromance, whatever you want to call it, is just a
bit much over the top.
Especially when he shows him his miniature room and he has Glitter Mountain with pixies and
cotton candy,
glitter, volcanoes. Like, it's a little much.
Dinosaur Island. And Pee-wee's house with the miniature.
But someone hears Pee-wee in the well. They call the police. It ends up on the news. Joe's watching the news. He knows it's right outside his apartment. And because of a candy they both like, he figures out it's Pee-wee in the well. So he grapple hooks down.
Like Batman.
And then zip lines down, which is funny because he's Deathstroke, down to the park in a tuxedo, and the police just let him walk by.
Yep.
Figures out it's Pee-wee down there, knows exactly how to get Pee-wee out because he happens to have a magnet on him, throws a magnet down the well, it sticks to his head, and he just pulls him up. They skip the party, and they go to Joe's miniature room. Now, Joe in real life does have a D&D basement, complete with thrones and dragon heads all over. Respect. But I don't think he has a miniature room with Glitter Mountain pixies and
Dinosaur Island
and then a treehouse into it. He's got a treehouse on top of the roof to this, I'm assuming, hotel. I'm assuming he bought the roof too. And it just ends with them sitting in this too small treehouse, bumping heads close like this, drinking root beer out of root beer barrel candies, and then it just cuts away to the sky where there's a shooting star.
And then it's over.
But I'm leaving out one part of this movie because it opens up with Pee-wee saying goodbye.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was...
to an alien called Jewel.
I forgot about that.
Now, I will explain this alien to you if you haven't seen this movie. This alien is if E.T., Chucky...
Was that a dream?
...and Tiffany had a three-way. Yes, it was a dream because all of it was about how he can't leave his town. But yes, This thing had Chucky's eyes, and I spent all day trying to figure out if Kevin Yeager actually did the damn puppet work on this.
Did he?
I couldn't find anything on it, but looked like Tiffany, the shape of her face.
Yep, with 3 noses.
E.T. It was brown. It had the long fingers. It had 3 noses.
Yeah, he was shaped like E.T.
Big ass Chucky eyes. Tiffany's face. And I swear to God, I thought they had synthesized Jennifer Tilly to get that voice. But
they
no,
did
the
not.
man's name is Jordan Black. Apparently, he's a stand-up comedian. It's a dude doing this voice. I would have bet money it was a woman. And
I thought so too.
It's a dream sequence that goes on too long. Because even I said
With the friendship bracelets.
With the friendship bracelets and him getting pulled up to the spaceship and Pee-wee saying, I can't leave my town. I can't leave my town. Over and over and over again. This is how the movie starts.
Yeah. I thought you were watching a clip.
Done in the first 5 minutes of this movie. Then we actually get away from the dream sequence and it's Pee-wee. But this dream sequence, man.
If I hadn't told you keep watching, you probably would have just
I would have turned it off.
I know.
I would have turned it
but
off.
Honestly, you have to give mad props. Like I said, the wake up breakfast machine, it was a nod to the old movie.
It's a nod to the old
But the having the whole neighborhood, and then also
it was actually really cool to see everyone in the neighborhood, everyone in this town know him, love him, and kind of respect him.
Yeah.
As opposed to Big Top Pee-wee, where everyone hated him.
They hated him in that? I don't know.
All the townspeople hated him in that. And then, Pee-wee's Great Adventure, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I'm sorry, I'm not getting the name of it right. We don't really get to see how he interacts with everyone. We just know the guy that stole his bike, his name was... You're the one on the Pee-wee site. You should know all this.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Francis!
There you go. It's Francis.
I was waiting for you to say
Francis is an a-hole to him.
He is. And his father's
But it was
bigger
nice
a-hole.
to see, this whole town actually loved him.
And also, something else I did bring up, too, while we were watching it. I said, all that food. Just like the first one.
He does
all
the
whole food.
Instead of it just being a wake-up machine in his house to just eat one thing of, cereal, one bite of cereal. And it's the whole town's in on his wake-up machine.
Yep.
He's got everyone scheduled to where they're going to be, to where he actually goes through a food buffet, takes one bite of food, and then hands it off to someone.
Because he did that in the first one.
He did.
All that food, fresh orange juice,
and then
bacon,
you find
eggs,
out he's
pancakes.
a cook.
Yeah.
He works at a diner.
Yep.
Like I said.
And he loves his job.
He does love his job. Everyone loves him. Like I said, if this was the second or third in a comeback, fine. But to be the flagship in the comeback, no, it doesn't hold up. I'm sorry. It looks like a TV movie. But I already explained that with Netflix. I think they were in their sophomore year. I said, they didn't get that Stranger Things money yet. But one, it's good to see Pee-wee back. It's good to see Paul Reubens back, and he still has the energy to do it.
Yes. Although, one other thing, he didn't have that higher voice because he's older.
I don't remember him doing the laugh once in this movie. The little.
Yeah, he did not do it.
He did not.
No, he did it once, and it was very low and quick.
He always did the. He did that throughout the whole.
Yes. And
that, but he never did. But he never did the. He never did that.
He didn't really do that either laugh. And that was not really classic Pee-wee to me.
No.
It really wasn't. It was like, all right, you're losing your touch a little, Paul.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm saying check it out if you're a fan of Pee-wee. Maybe get some of that nostalgic juice flowing again to where you want to watch the old ones. But
honestly, I would love to watch Big Adventure. Because it's just a classic.
Not only was it wasn't just a classic, and this will be the last thing I say, there's a lot of points in this road trip, this cross-country trip, between getting hijacked by the bank robbers, the snake farm, the farmer, the hair people, the lady with the plane, the mountain man, the Amish, the ladies again, making it to New York, where you can just go, you know, we could take this and this out, make this a little bit longer, and make this a little bit more fleshed out, and it would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was so good about Big Adventure. Everything, every person, every whatever he came across felt needed, felt like they had just the right amount of time spent on them. No one overstayed the welcome. It didn't feel like a quick, oh, here we go, okay, bye.
Well,
this, the lady in the plane, she's here, she's gone.
He learned about garnishes.
He learned about garnishes. Yeah, that's about it with that.
Tastes like an orange,
the
it is.
3 bank robbers overstayed.
Yep.
And that's what it is. It felt rushed. It felt rushed. It felt like if that script had one more polish, it would have been great. It would have been a throwback to Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes, it totally would have, and I would have probably enjoyed it a whole lot more, but it could have done without the beginning with the alien, and I forgot about that until I was watching it. And like I said, I thought you were watching a clip on YouTube. You're like, no, this is the movie, and I'm like, oh god, I forgot.
It opens with like a spoof of E.T., but like I said, the puppet looks like if E.T., Chucky, and Tiffany had a 3-way.
All right, so
this has been. No, we're not gonna end it like that. So yeah. We saw it. Like I said, if you're a Pee-wee fan, you want some nostalgic juices, go check it out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to watch it again, I'll be honest.
I
don't go back to watching Big Top Pee-wee or Pee-wee's Big Adventure, or I think Pee-wee Playhouse DVDs are over there.
Because I like you, I watched it again.
Yes.
Because I remember when I saw it, and I was like, I never need to see that again, but I like you more than you.
But yeah, if he does another one, yeah, I'm going to see it. And I'm not going to wait 5 years to put it out.
Well, we did have tickets to see him live.
We did, and then COVID happened. Bummer.
I did get my money back, but
I would rather have seen him.
Me too.
Yeah, so if you... Paul, because I'll start posting stuff on my Twitter. I will. If you happen to see this, sorry. Love Pee-wee. Loved you. Loves your energy. Script needed one more polish.
Yeah.
Joe... Deathstroke, Flash Thompson, Magic Mike. I kind of like you in almost everything you do. I'll be honest, everything I've seen you in. So you're cool with me. Keep playing D&D. You ever in Philly, we'll get the group together.
You play D&D?
I used to, but one phone call, and trust me, this whole house will be back up and running. Check it out just for the nostalgia. I know I said this for the 3rd time. That's really it for... Forrest has never seen. Forrest Green has never seen. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button.
Comment.
We'll see you in the next one. Sorry the video was late.
So we made it a little extra longer.
Comment, and we will see you in the next one. See you later.